The Texans are heading to Lambeau Field for the second time in franchise history to play the Green Bay Packers. And I want to start this video off with a question. And that question is, have the Texans beat a good football team? Now, I know what I would say to that. Think about it. What would you say to that? Now, let's lay out some facts, all right? We play the Colts. We beat them barely. The Colts are an average team at best. They're probably just bad. We beat the Jags, bad team. So that's our division. We lose to the Vikings. I don't care how good the Vikings are. We should not have lost that game. Really shot ourselves in the foot during that game. But at the end of the day, we got blown out by the Jags. Beat the Patriots. That's a bad team. Played the Bills. Now, you'd like to think the defense was part of Josh Allen going 9 for 30. But there's people out there who maybe say, hey, Josh was throwing to plumbers. Josh had no one to throw to. And that's why they picked up Amari Cooper. So you throw that in there. And then finally, am I missing anyone? I think that's everyone. I think that's all the teams we've played. So when you take a step back, and the Bears, sorry, we played the Bears second week. Caleb Williams did not look too amazing in that game, but regardless of the fact, they're a good team now, right? So when you take that into consideration, people might be inclined to say that the Texans haven't beat a good team. Again, I don't believe that. What I do think is this game coming up is going to be a shootout, and it is a great opportunity to really show everyone that we are a contending team. We are favored to lose this game by 3 points. That's what the line is at. And the reason for that's pretty apparent. When you miss Aziz Al-Shire, when you miss Henry To'oTo'o, you miss your two starting linebackers, they get injured in the same week. You're also missing your starting cornerback, Kamari Lassiter, and you're also missing Jimmy Ward, your starting safety, due to a groin injury. And one of your starting D tackles just got out for a suspension. So you're missing 5 starters on defense. You're missing 5 starters on defense. There's an asterisk to that because we get Danico Autry back, but still 5 starters. On top of that, Robert Woods is out. Steven Sims is questionable. So we are a lot thinner than the Packers are. And I almost feel like this +3 line might be a little insulting to the Packers just because of how thin we are on defense. So anyway, on top of that, there's some Tim Settle and Josh Jacobs beef, which is wild to hear about. Tim Settle was asked about stopping Josh Jacobs, who's a good running back, and he basically said, like, I don't care where you're from, I'm trying to take your helmet off, which is a great response. Josh Jacobs heard that, and he was like, I don't know your name. So there's some bad blood between the teams already. There's going to be some extra fire to the players for sure when they hit that field. So how do we beat this team? If you ask me how we beat this team, we have to focus on the offense. We've had games this season where our offense has held up for us. We've had games where our defense, probably more games where our defense has been the reason we've won, and maybe a couple moments where we played really complimentary football. But look, our offense has to be on the field and have long sustained drives. Because we're so thin at defense, because of Matt LaFleur, he's a great coach, they're going to pick on D'Angelo Ross, who's filling in for Kamari Lassiter, and they are going to test our ability to stop the run with 2 new linebackers. Like, that is a given. And I'm not saying I don't think our defense can step up. I'm just saying I would much rather have the ball be in our offense's hands for, when you talk about, like, time of possession and all that. So that's pretty much all I got for this game. One thing I will add is I think the uniform matchup is crazy. You got the Texans in the new Navy uniforms on the road, which is fire, and the Green Bay Packer uniforms, they're in their all whites, which is really crazy, really fire matchup. So yeah, let me know if I missed anything. Just a quick breakdown on the game. Thank you guys so much for watching, and comment any other things I missed or any other questions. So appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.